All right, guys, I'm here with my boy Joey. He top 16 the Nationals. You guys probably saw his profile already, but you haven't seen it on my channel yet. So let's get to the list, sir, and explain everything.
All right, so I took Plunder Patrol, but I'm going to show the deck. I'm running 3 white beard, 3 blue beard, 2 golden hair, 2 black eye, 2 red beard, 3 of the field spell, 1 emblem, 1 booty, and 1 tear from it to get to the field spell. So like I always said to the video, white beard, during your opponent's turn, depending what attribute your opponent has on the field or they have in the graveyard, that's the extra deck plunder monster you can make, and it goes to the back row. It becomes an equip. If you leave your hand or leaves the field, you can special 1 Plunder Patrol monster from your deck, but you're stuck into plunders. Bluebeard, he's an extender. If you control a plunder monster that's not Bluebeard, you can special summon, you can reveal him from the hand, special summon him, and if you leave your hand and leave the field, you can discard 1 card to draw 1 card. So he's really good for extending even further. I'm running 2 golden hair. She's good for a 1.5 card combo where you could number summon her and make Amaraj and keep making Blackbeard. But if she's in the graveyard or hand, you could discard 1 plunder. So if she's in the graveyard, you discard 1 card, special summon her. If she's in the hand, you send 1 plunder card or 1 plunder monster from the field or hand to the graveyard to special summon her. The bird, he's an extender. You target 1 plunder monster in the graveyard, so you reveal it, target, and then you special summon it back to the hand. And when it leaves the field, leave the hand, you target 1 plunder monster in the back row, special summon defense. So he's good for extending and keep link climbing or synchro climbing, whatever you need to do. I'm running 2 Redbeard. He does the same thing as Whitebeard. During your opponent's turn, depending what attribute they got on the field or they have it in the graveyard, that's the extra deck monster you can make, and it becomes an equip. If he leaves your hand or leaves the field, you can target 1 plunder monster and equip it. And then, like I said, tier forming, I don't need to explain much. Booty, so what it does is you can target 1 of your opponent's monster, change the attribute, that's the cost. And then if they let it go through, you get the non-target special 1 plunder monster from your graveyard or shuffle it back into the deck. But during the end phase, if there's no plunder monster on my side of the field, this card automatically gets destroyed. I'm running 1 emblem. You equip it to a plunder monster against 500 attack, cannot be targeted by card effect. Then on a separate chain link, you can send this card to the graveyard. Depending what attribute you and me have on the field or in the graveyard, that's the extra deck monster you can make. And it gets 500 attack. Then I'm running 3 field spell. All plunder monster get 500 attack for every background that's a plunder monster. Which card? You could discard 1 card from your hand, search any plunder card from your deck to your hand. If this card's in the graveyard, you can take 1 plunder card in the back row, shuffle it, put it back to the hand, reset the card. That's a whole paragraph. Yeah. Every profile. That's a long paragraph.
You read long paragraphs.
Yeah, that's a whole paragraph. That's the plunder side. There's nothing in the plunder side I would change. Everything seems to be working out perfectly good. And then for the brave side, I'm running 2 rights, 2 water enchantress, 1 faithful, 1 griffin, 1 Dracobag, and 1 foolish burial. I see a lot of people running 3 copy of everything, but I feel like running 2 is good because no matter what, with these two in your hand, like the faithful and the foolish, you're gonna see it no matter what. So like you don't want to brick with it. Like if you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. But it's one of the strong engines that I prefer running in the plunder because it can help you make boards and break boards. So that's the brave side. Then for the kaiju side, I'm running the small package. I'm running 1 kaiju slumber, 1 light kaiju, 1 dark kaiju, and then 1 fire kaiju. So these kaiju are mostly meant for the elements. So like this is for the fire ship, this is for the dark ship, this is for the light ship. And kaiju slumber is kaiju slumber. It just blows out the board and makes the board, and like it's good to scare your opponent. I mean, this won me all my games because I could just kaiju my opponent, break their boss mons like a Baron or like the Ignis or Link 6 or like any boss mons that said I'm unaffected or can't be destroyed by a battle or a card effect. I just give them a kaiju so they can be quiet, just to get it out the board. Like it was funny. I was breaking boards all day with this. That's the small kaiju package. Then I'm running the board breakers, which is the 3 triple tactic, 2 lightning storm, 2 forbidden droplet, and then the 1 call by the grave. I'm pretty sure I don't need to explain much what these do. So forbidden so triple tactic was like the MVP of all my games. Every time I saw triple tactic, I was either winning that game or I was trying to go all in. The fact that all my games were like mostly Source Soul or it was mostly Adventure Synchron, like triple tactic was the MVP because I could steal the monster or draw 2 cards to keep extending. Lightning Storm is Lightning Storm. It's good to bait out stuff. It's good to break boards, even back row or front row. You could Lightning Storm the front row, bait it out, and then mix it up with triple tactic. Forbidden Droplet is good for offense or defense because if you're going second, you could Lightning Storm then chain Forbidden Droplet so you can negate the monster effect and blow up the board, or you could just set the card and then you could just set whatever's dead on your field, and then you could just cut the monster attack in half and then negate the effect, and then call by is call by, you know. That's for the board break. And then for the hand trap, I wanted the 1 Fake Raider, the 2 Ash, and then the 3 Imperm.
How did those work for you?
Actually, it was working out pretty good. The fact that I wanted to run more imperm, I mean, you can't really run more imperm. Max is 3, so I was like, so I was telling myself what acts like an imperm. So I was like a fake Veiler. I mean, it's weird that it's the one of, but I didn't want to clog myself up. And then like I played multiple copies of fake Veiler, and I bumped into triple type because they're running it too. So I ran 3 imperm and 1 of fake Veiler because it counts the same way. And then Ash, I wanted to run 2 Ash. Well, people were telling me to run 3 copies of this, but I feel like 2 copies was good because you don't want to brick with it. I didn't want to open up my hand and open up like 3 Ash and something like that. So I feel like this hand shot ratio was good enough right here. Okay. That's the 44 card lineup for the main deck. Then for the extra deck, I'm running the same lineup. I'm running the 3 Blackbeard, 2 of the Fire Ship, 2 of the Light Ship, 2 of the Dark Ship. So not many people know what they do. To make him, it requires 1 Plunder and 1 non-monster. 1 Plunder and 1 non-Plunder monster to make it. But what he does is quick effect. You can target 1 effect monster, and then if your opponent let it go through, depending what your opponent has on their field or they have it in their graveyard, that's the extra deck monster of the Plunder monster you can make. So if they have a fire, you can make the Fire Ship, which he creates all fiend type monsters by 500 boost. And if he's equipped with a Plunder, he becomes a quick effect. You discard a Plunder card, target one of your opponent's spells and trap, banish it face up, add a Plunder monster. The Light Ship, during the main phase, you can special summon 1 Plunder Patrol monster from your spell and trap zone or hand, non-target. And if your opponent activates a monster effect, no matter where it is, you can discard a Plunder card, negate the activate, destroy, and if he's equipped, you get to search any Plunder card from your deck to your hand. The Dark Ship, if he has an XYZ material, if any of your Plunder cards will be destroyed by a card effect, you can detach 1 material to save it. If he's equipped with a Plunder, he becomes a quick effect, discard 1 card, discard 1 Plunder, target 1 of your opponent's effect monster, banish it, add a Plunder spell or trap from your deck to your hand. The same thing, a long paragraph.
Yep. All right, so any interesting things happened at the event? You was mentioning that some stuff happened with the rulings and the judges and stuff like that.
Yeah, so on top 16, it was an unfortunate accident, like the deck listing. So there was a problem with the deck checking. So they checked my deck list 3 times and it said it was cool. And then on the 4th try, they said. And this is all before Top Cut, or this is throughout the entire day? This is the entire day. Like so, day 1, in the beginning of day 2, they deck checked me and they said it was cool. So I asked them if they was, if I'm perfectly good to go. They said yes.
I was an issue with like your 2 cards was mismatched or something like that, right?
No, yeah, it was like, so the field spell. So like I even show you. So they said the field. So I was like the field spell, and like I told them I put this in my deck list, which I did. But they're saying the deck list was showing the fusion spell, shipping. Instead of shipyard, and I told them, well, I told you guys, I was explaining to them, and they said I was good to go. But then when it came to top 16, they said I was like, I had a deck error, so I had a game 1 loss, and I was not allowed to use the field spell throughout the whole event.
That was so much BS, bro.
Yeah, like it was
why would you put the fusion spell?
Yeah, that's what I was telling them. I put the field spell in.
Did they show you your deck list?
Yeah, they so I told them I put it in. They said I had to play the entire event without the field spell starting top 16. Even though I told them that it was a little error, and they knew it was an error, but they still didn't let me do it.
So they deck checked you 3 times, said it was cool. As soon as you went to top 16, and you played against the guy who won, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you play against him, all of a sudden they want to pull that BS.
They wanted to pull it, and I was like, it's my words against theirs, and as he said, it's the policy, and it was a big issue, but
yeah, but they were cool with it the entire day. That's some BS in my opinion.
Yeah, they were cool with it into the top 16, but it is what it is.
Yeah, man.
But I mean, I still have fun. Everybody
probably would have won, honestly.
Yeah, I probably would have won, but. I still have fun. Everybody at NAS, congratulations. I love seeing you guys, new friends and old friends. I hope everyone had a good time over there.
Yeah, and you had some more stuff too.
Yeah. I have the 1 Bahama Shark, the 1 Totally Awesome, the 1 Amirage, and then I have the 3 Super Polys. I'm pretty sure I don't need to explain much what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, Bahama Shark makes Toe is the Omni Negate, Amirage is for the 1-card starter, and then Super Poly target was like Starving Venom, Mud Dragon, and the Predator Plant, which is funny because this actually won me a lot of games. Yeah. Just because not many people see that. But that's the extra deck right there. And then for the side deck, actually it was pretty good. I'm running 3 Token Collector, 3 Evening Match, 3 Drawn Lightbird, 2 Super Poly, 2 Anti-Spell, and then 2 Lancia. So I probably would change this in the future, but so far it was working out pretty good. Token collectors for any token decks out there, like Sorcerer, Brave, or anything that relies on tokens, stuff like that. Evening Match, I couldn't even use it the whole event because it never came up. But it's for back row decks or any decks that rely on that plays heavy back rows. Draw Lockbird is Draw Lockbird. This was the MVP because a lot of decks were searching and drawing like crazy. The fact that this stopped searching and drawing will actually slow them down for me to keep going. Super Poly was also MVP. It won me a lot of games because they didn't see it coming. They did not see it coming. That's where the Mud Dragon, the Starving Venom, all that came out. Anti-Spell is Anti-Spell. Everybody should know already. It's one of the best floodgates out there. The fact it slows everybody down. They're using their spell card and they have to wait 2 turns. Pretty much 2 turns just to use it because they have to wait on your opponent's turn and then they have to wait into their turn.
Yep.
Lancia was actually pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. It stopped a lot of banishing deck. It stopped what is it, Tangy, Surso. It stopped Flundery. It stopped decks that banishing a lot.
Okay, that's pretty what's up, man.
Yeah, and that's the entire deck right there.
Any final thoughts?
In the future, the deck list, I'm gonna make sure my deck list is actually pretty good. Up to legit, so I won't go through the whole issue again. What happened?
You say you had like your buddy like submit the list for you?
Yeah, so I had help. I had one of my friends help me out with the deck list. It's nobody's fault. It's reality. We both should have just double checked. I should have just double checked, but it's an accident. Accident happens.
Yeah, but they still should have. They should have told you earlier in the tournament they were gonna have a big issue with it versus telling you when you're the top 16 when it matters the most.
Yeah, I also told them. I also asked them. I told them Friday that it was I told them Friday that my field spell was supposed to be there, and it was like a little deck error because I was having trouble putting it inside the system.
Yeah.
So they said they were gonna switch it for me, and they told me 3 times I was cool, and then at the 4th time it was like some issue. But like you can't go back in time. It is what it is at this point. Unfortunate. But shout out to Quality Games. Shout out to Emporium, my manager and the team. They know who they are. I mean, like I said, everybody at Nats, it was fun meeting everybody brand new and everything. I hope everybody had fun and have a good time, you know?
All right, thanks for the profile, sir.